And they are racing. Quick start for Hillbilly Logic, also forwardly placed. Nara from the inside. Kick Rocks Kid. And then deep on the course, debuting Undismayed as they leave the chute straight up the main course. Roan for the Rose came away racing fifth on the run down the backstretch. From between horses, Grassroots is next, and deep on the course is Jahiz. Still two back to San Marcos City in a length to Fabricator, who's last of them all. Just barely outside a half mile to travel. The field covered by about 12 lengths a quarter, almost in 23 seconds flat. There goes the favorite with that early move. Nara up to take the lead from Hillbilly Logic, who will now track from second. Undismayed to the outside into clear from third. There goes Jahiz with a blitz on the far turn. Jahiz in the three path, but moving well as Hillbilly Logic back for some more up the inside. They round the turn towards the top of the home stretch, and Hillbilly Logic is not done. He comes back to take the lead on Nara. Jahiz made an early move, but he's flattened. Here's Roan for the Rose. Up to the outside as they straightaway for the drive. 1 furlong to go, and Nara fighting tooth and nail with Hillbilly Logic as Roan for the Rose tries to pick up the pieces, and Undismayed running a big one on debut. Here's Undismayed splitting horses. Undismayed and Roan for the Rose to the wire. Undismayed well prepared by Ethan to win at first asking and stop the timer in 1:17 and 3. And they are racing. Good start for Samurai Island. Also, Shannon Run out to the front. And Dang It Kane trying to cross and clear, but he'll be stretched and parked out wide on the run the first turn where from the inside, Past Imperative now comes on through the inside. So the long shot shows the way. Past Imperative at 67-1. Shannon Run at 37-1 will track from second as they work around the opening turn. Samurai Island, my favorite uncle, third and fourth as they turn up the backside. Classic Mark, the favorites in between horses. Habitus towards his inside, and Dang It Kane shadows him up to the outside. Early move down the backside from Habitus. Then a link for the back down on the inside. Connect Me, a margin of 8 or 9. Back to Lead Actor and Veil of Honor way out of it. The quarter 24-1. Past Imperative shows the way. Shannon Run really keen to go on, tugging hard against a jock there from second as the closers start to come in now. My favorite uncle, a closer third. Samurai Island is fourth. Meanwhile, Classic Mark set to strike for Kaleem Shaw. Here comes the red, white, and blue silks worn by Declan Cannon, moving well on the far turn run. He's full of run and went from seventh up into the lead with a quarter to go. And it's Classic Mark with that blitz on the far turn run. Now shows the way. The lead is the length up to the outside. Here comes Close Knit from between horses. Habitus top of the home stretch, and Classic Mark will cut to corner. From between horses, Habitus is gaining ground, and Close Knit is full of run down the outside. Habitus looking to split horses here. Here's Habitus to the outside. Close Knit is laying in as Classic Mark is to the inside full bore. Here comes Habitus after Classic Mark. Habitus, Classic Mark to the wire, and the favorite Classic Mark holds. Habitus had to settle for second, then Close Knit, and late on the scene came Connect Me for fourth, 139 and 3. Classic Mark for Kaleem Shaw and Brendan Walsh. Runaway Mom to the outside. Field of 9 at the post, and they are racing. Good start for Sing Song Bird, also flashing speed. Belle of St. John from between horses Taparanea, and I like them up to the outside as they're well bunched on to run the first turn. To the inside, the gray Sing Song Bird. So into the first turn, Belle of St. John clearing off down on the inside. Sing Song Bird up to the outside. I like them between horses. Taparanea hard held, and Runaway Mom advancing up to the outside of them. Then down on the inside, Complete is next. From between horses, Moonlight Rain, Foreglow advancing up to the outside as they head up the backside. And Addison is at the back of the pack. The quarter, they walked it out 25-2. Belle of St. John, 3 parts of a length to I Like 'em. Runaway Mom stacked up 3 deep from third. Taparanea in between horses fourth. Sing Song Bird down on the inside fifth, 2.5 off the pace. Then a link for the back. Addison is up a couple of spots on the back stretch run. Foreglow has been parked every yard. And Complete, Moonlight Rain are the back markers. Half mile slow, 50-1. Belle of St. John up top now being asked to quicken with those slow fractions as I Like 'em outside in second. Continue to race wide. Runaway Mom Bomb, but advancing. There goes Foreglow, continuing that wide ascent. He's been in the 5-path every step of the way, but here she comes as Sing Song Bird is a waiting room down along the inner rail. Top of the home stretch, and up top, it is Runaway Mom, just from Belle of St. John. Room at the fence for Sing Song Bird to come on through. Overland route for Foreglow from the backfield. Addison is gaining ground. Here comes Foreglow. In from between horses, Complete is splitting horses. Meanwhile, Addison is trying to gain ground. And on the far outside, Moonlight Rain launching up. It's Addison trying to get by Complete, who's digging down deep. Complete is going to the winner's circle. A winner by a neck. Split horses decisively in the lane. And she holds on in a photo there with Addison. And the running time for the mile and 16th, 1:46. Now, we're all set. They are racing. Gin and Sen with an alert beginning. Brooklyn's the Bomb from the inside draw, flashing speed from between horses. La Cumparacita. Right to her outside as they head up the backside. It is Kaya Song down to the inside. My Tommy Lee still two. Back to Super Surge, Mamita Linda. And Be a Bolt Runner, the favorite, is at the back of the pack. It's Brooklyn's the Bomb, and a stranglehold shows the way by a neck to Gin and Sen. 3 deep comes La Cumparacita. Kaya Song is in the 4-path up the inside. My Tommy Lee. Super Surge is full of run, but she's in a dangerous spot right now in that far turn run. It's Mamita Linda is next, and Be a Bolt Runner is at the back of the pack, but she's closing in. Rounding the turn, the quarter was 22 and 4. The leader is still Brooklyn's Da Bomb. Shows the way. She's bumped the lead to a length and a half. Gin and Sin could not go with her as they reach the top of the home stretch. And it's Brooklyn's Da Bomb will cut the corner. Brooklyn's Da Bomb in front by a length and a half. La Cumparacita drifting out under left-hand and urging. The fence is open for Gin and Sin to come on through. And here comes Gin and Sin as La Cumparacita's found the front. La Cumparacita with a 16th to go is opening up. And La Cumparacita, she was double digits. La Cumparacita wins it by about 3.5 in the end. Mamita Linda, another long shot, just held to Be a Bolt Runner there for the Miners. The running time was 1:11 and 2. They're at the post, and they are racing. Vicky Rose hustled out to the front. She'll have company. Cammy Cat emerging from between horses and hard-ridden to go after the lead. She's on the rocks. American Heights to the inside as they head up the backside. Not negotiable. Now up a spot into fourth. That relegates Vicky Rose to fifth. Mad Caper's on the move early up the inside, still two. Back to Texas Melody. My Lily May is about 9 off the pace. She's just in front of Love My Candy. Then deep on the course, Honor Allerin. And from the back of the pack, it is Texas Melody. 21 and 4, the time for that contested opening quarter. They're going quick. In from between horses, Cammy Cat to the inside of American Heights. She's getting all the heat. 3 wide, she's on the rocks. Not negotiable. With a 4-wide blitz, comes to tackle, and on her back, Vicky Rose. Mad Caper is hard ridden up the inside. Whip is out on Texas Melody. Top at home stretch. American Heights will cut the corner. Up to the outside, she's on the rocks, is gaining ground. She's on the wrong lead, but doing so while forging to the front. Not negotiable. Back into third. 1/16th left. She's on the rocks, opening up and drawing away. My Lily May late on the scene. She's going to try to split between American Heights and Not Negotiable. She's on the rocks, wins by 3.5. American Heights was second. Then My Lily May, Not Negotiable, 109 and 4. She's on the rocks. The daughter of California Crow. He's in. They're at the post. And they are off in the John Wood Insurance Agency race. Tiberius Mercurius, the expected pace setter, stumbled at the start but recovered okay and sends right out to the front. So it's Tiberius Mercurius showing the way. Global Sensation jumped well from second. Buy Me Candy in behind that duo from third. The gray Baquina is to the outside in fourth. To the inside, Cool Rags is fifth at about 6 off the pace. 77 Stone is second last, and Common Bond is last. That's the 7 of them under the line for the first time. Tiberius Mercurius setting the tempo. The quarter was slow, 26 and 1. The Son of the Factor shows the way, 2.5 to Global Sensation, who's to the outside of Buy Me Candy. They are second and third. 2.5 links back to Silverton Hills. Baquina settles along fourth. Cool Rags under stout restraint to the inside of 77 Stone. Common Bond hard held. The gray is last. They round the opening turn. 6 furlongs to go. Even money, Tiberius Mercurius shows the way, and he's took the half mile 51 .92 seconds and bumps the lead to almost 2. Global Sensation still tracking from second. Buy Me Candy third. From the backfield, Common Bond is let go early. He was last. He's up into fourth. Baquina is next. Cool Rags is second last and 77 Stone now out the back door. They continue the run up the backstretch, 3.5 furlongs to travel. No twist in the plot. Tiberius Mercurius still showing the way. 3/4 time, 116 and 2. No excuses here for the even money favorite. Global Sensation still second. Buy Me Candy's the first to move to the outside now. These three almost right across the course with a quarter to go. Common Bond made that early move, but he's running in place. Baquina back to his outside. Rounding the turn to the top at home stretch. Tiberius Mercurius getting the rein shaken at him and a couple whip tap urges. He comes to the top of the lane. Still in front by a length and a half. Buy Me Candy is full bore to come and get him. Baquina is third. He's on the wrong lead. 1 furlong to go. Tiberius Mercurius was left alone up top that first quarter, 26 and 1. And by Mercurius showing the way. Buy Me Candy is up into second still. Tiberius Mercurius, it was all over the first half. He goes coast to coast to win in 2:04 and 3. They're at the post. And they are off in the second running of the Big Daddy Stakes. The Indiana bred Nobody Listens jumped well. Bad Beat, Brian Flashing Speed. These two hook up and go on with about a length and a half in front of Nighttime, who came away racing third. Gunnet is to the inside. Right to the outside of him is Hear My Song. And then Pulsetter advances up to the outside. Detroit City motors up to the outside of him. Then a link for the back to Anaconda, still 4 or 5. Back to the late running Candy Overload. That's the 9 of them as they head to the far turn in the Rick Lee. The quarter 22 and 1, and Nobody Listens clears off by 2. Bad B Brian racing towards the inside of Nighttime, second and third. Anaconda in between horses from fourth, covered up to the outside by Pulsetter. Detroit City further out, advancing in between horses. Here comes Hear My Song. Up the inside comes Gunnet. Top of the home stretch. They're aiming at Nobody Listens. Nobody Listens took the half in 44 and 3. It's Nobody Listens, the Indiana bred by the furlong ground, shaken up, driving by 2. Nighttime is loose and charging, as is Anaconda. 1/16 to go, and Nobody Listens still up top. Nighttime is trying to get to him, but Nobody Listens is going to win. The Big Daddy takes the Rick Lee in front-running fashion and stops the timer in 109 flat. The Indiana bred for Matt Kwiatkowski, Jason Kaler, and Roger Browning. They're at the post. And they are racing. PH Factor had a fast start, as did Anna Spree. Also forwardly placed, both Takafumi and Graceful Kitten on the run the first turn, where they're well bunched in behind PH Factor, who shows the way just narrowly from the outside, a hard-held Takafumi. 3 deep comes Graceful Kitten, Anna Spree to the inside fourth. In between horses, Heirloom Kitten is next. Up on the outside, Union General George. Graded on a curve is in between Kazan and Military Force. A couple links for the back as they work around the opening turn to Patriot Drive. Second last and Can't Hide For Me is at the back of the pack. That's the 11 of them after a quarter mile, 25 and 1. PH Factor setting those slow fractions, shows the way 2.5 lengths to Takafumi, who's just towards the inside of Graceful Kitten. Anna Spree is fourth and about 4 off the pace. Then it's Union General George. Here comes graded on a curve to the inside of Heirloom Kitten. A length and a half back to Military Force, who's about 9 lengths off the lead and starts to stoke up a rally now. 4 back to Patriot Drive. Can't Hide From Me's up 1 spot, and that relegates Kazan to the 11th and trailing position. Half mile, 49 seconds flat. PH Factor being squeezed on for some more speed. Now bumps the lead to almost 3. Up to the outside, Military Force with a 5 wide blitz to the top at home stretch. PH Factor still the target. 3/4, 12 and 4. Anna Spree is loose and charging. Up the inside, Takafumi. Meanwhile, Military Force is stalled back into fourth as PH Factor has ran them off their feet. PH Factor. Corrales in victory pose. They're going to win coast to coast. Gathered up, reeled in the end by almost 4. Anna Spree was second. Then it was Kazan for the backfield in a photo with graded on a curve. PH Factor goes coast to coast, 137. Judges posting number 2, Talkin' Cash as the race winner. Second, number 1, Gold Ghost. There's a photograph of the third between Loyal Company and Smoky Mandate. 2-1 photo.